So I take a lot of baths. I love my baths, and the tub is nice and big, but the tub filler was always slow to fill it. And I just accepted that's how it was. I would turn the tub on, and then 20 minutes later come back and it would be full. Until I stayed at a fancy hotel, and they had this crazy fast tub filler, and it was like a fire hydrant. And I know hotels have big huge water services and big huge water heaters, but the tub filler itself still put the bug in my ear about why can't I have this. And fortunately I do have plumbing access behind the tub, so I poked around in there, and then I did a little research and found that you can get tub fillers with different GPMs. Seems obvious in retrospect, but tub fillers are not subject to the GPM restrictions of showers and toilets. So this one from Newport Brass is rated at 22 GPM, and you do buy the trim and then the valve pack rough-in separately. So, but 22 GPM is going to be several times higher than what I've got in there now. So I ordered it. This is the diagram of what actually gets put through the tub deck. There'd be a total of 5 holes I need to make through the tub deck. This took a long time to arrive, and when it did, I laid it all out, tried to understand how everything fit together before dismounting the old one. And you can see here I left 3 holes in the tub deck, a little bit oversized, and I was careful to put the 2 new holes so that I could reuse the 3 existing and not have to retile as part of this project. Underneath, you can see that 3/4 inch copper does reduce down, and we've got some smaller shutoff valves. I was going to change those out to make it all 3/4. And so this is before I drilled those 2 additional holes through the tile. And here we are after, showing the bodies of the valves. From left to right, you've got the hot, then the spout, then the cold, then the diverter valve, and then the hole for the hand shower. And underneath, here's sticking through, that tall one is the diverter. And they do make flex connectors that would have made this job easier, but I chose to use 3/4 inch copper pipe and fittings and solder it all in. And if you look here, this is my finished soldering job. And soldering is not something that I'm anywhere close to expert at. So if you're an expert at making pretty solder joints, then I'm sure you're pretty appalled at my work. But my objectives were to not burn the house down and to not leak. Well, and the first I was successful at. The second one took me a couple of tries, because soldering in this confined space, I didn't get enough solder on the back side of this joint that you see here. So turning the water on, you can see that nice little trickle of hot water. But fortunately, it was after the shutoff valve, so I was able to leave the rest of the house on, turn this off, drain it, reflux it, resolder it, and that went away. And then I found that the cold had the same thing, so I was 0 for 2, but got it fixed up, and now it doesn't leak. I made sure to check it. Every time I solder plumbing, I'm like checking this thing over and over to make sure I haven't missed a leak somewhere. Here's the finished product. I thought that came out very nicely, and it is a fire hydrant. This thing does fill the tub in 4 minutes, and I love it. Newport Brass stuff is not cheap, and this was a fair amount of work, but I thought it was very worthwhile. And one unintended consequence of this project was that it drains my water heater. There's a 50-gallon water heater that does this part of the house, and really for this tub there should be either a 75 or 250s or a tankless. But I found that by modulating, and like in the winter I just turn the hot on, in the summer I turn the hot and the cold on, it fills the tub and doesn't require me to mess with the water heater, at least for now. Happy tubbing.